AITAH for telling my friend not to touch my phone after a scam. Last week, I got caught up in a WhatsApp scam after a fake Blue Dart courier agent claimed a delivery driver couldn't find my address and insisted I call a number with weird codes to reach the driver. My friend, wanting to help, tried dialing it even after I said it wasn't necessary. She ended up using my phone and calling the number with the weird code. Turns out that the extra hashtag and was a call forwarding code. This led to all my calls, including WhatsApp OTPs, being forwarded to the scammer. Because of this, my WhatsApp was hacked, and the scum who hacked my WhatsApp sent out messages to my contacts asking for money. I had to scramble to sort it out, recover my account, and contact people through backup apps and tell them not to transfer any money. I got angry and told my friend not to touch my phone again. Now things are awkward. Am I the asshole for snapping at her, even though she was trying to help? Based in India. Not the asshole, she shouldn't have touched your phone in the first place. Not the asshole. At the point where you told her not to dial, she was no longer helping. She made a lot of work and frustration for you because she wouldn't listen to your directives about her touching your phone. If she is feeling awkward, then maybe she learned her lesson. You did nothing wrong. Not the asshole, your friend seems like she'd buy magic beans. It's not right to go grabbing someone's phone and doing stuff with it that the owner said to not do. Stupidity and confidence make for a dangerous combination. She's so annoying. She had no business touching your phone in the first place. Not the asshole H. If you told her it wasn't necessary, then there was no reason for her to grab your phone and do that. And honestly, there's also no reason for her to make the situation awkward. If I was in her situation, I would have just apologized to you and done whatever I could to help you fix it. Not the asshole. Phones are incredibly personal devices containing a lot of sensitive information. No one should get to touch them. Am I the asshole for telling my mom her boyfriend isn't welcome to events anymore? I, 28F, have recently told my mother I will no longer be going out to see her at her home, where she and her boyfriend, let's call him Fred, live, and he is no longer welcome to come here under any circumstance. For context, my mom lives about an hour away, and with work schedules and all, we don't see each other too often to start. Now, she and Fred have been together for about 6 years and have lived together for about 5, and she made the move out of town to be with him. Since myself and my younger brother were already grown and out of the house already, and she has been seeing him for a year already, they were making plans to move in together. But since his kids were younger, I believe 18 and 16 at the time, it made sense for her to move out there. We were all fond of Fred when she had introduced him, and after her long history with abusive relationships, he seemed like a great change, and we were happy for her. My mom, relocating, didn't know anyone out there other than Fred and his family, and since relocating had to start a new job. Everything seemed fine until fast forward a year or so when his behavior started to change. He is constantly accusing her of cheating, despite never doing so, always questioning her whereabouts, and even makes comments about her weight. So over the years, I would get phone calls of her crying and saying how she can't do it anymore. Her being my mother, I always tried to help, and even offered for her to stay with me and my family until she found something for herself. But he'd apologize, and all was forgiven. This has happened about a dozen times in the last 5 years, and always she forgives him, and everything is all dandy again. Now fast forward to a few weeks ago. I got one of these phone calls again, and so did my brother. This time seemed like it was it. So myself, brother, sister-in-law, and my husband were making plans to get her out and to set her up back here in our town. But lo and behold, 2 days later, he apologized and everything was forgiven again. So my brother and I had said enough was enough, and if she was ever serious about leaving, we will 100% be there for her, and she is always welcome here to visit, but is no longer welcome, since we cannot pretend to fake nice to a man who treats our mother like garbage. I also have 2 young children who have started to ask why he says mean things to their grandma, and said I don't want her to model that type of relationship to them. But she has since said I'm being, quote, immature mean, and that is uncalled for since he's trying, and is telling other family members I'm trying to cut her out when I have said she is still always welcome. Am I the asshole for saying he cannot come anymore? Or should I just bear it for the sake of not losing my mother and the relationship with her grandkids? Not the asshole. You children deserve good examples in their lives. Not the asshole. I think you'll have set a healthy boundary. Not the asshole. I'd text your mother. My kids are asking why he's so mean to you. I can't have them think this is normal, and I know he'll do it again, as he's done an endless loop of being mean, apologizing then back to mean, so I don't believe he's trying. If you ever decide to leave, I'll help you. Not the asshole. You're setting appropriate boundaries, whilst also letting your mum know you're there for her if she needs you. You're doing everything right. I hope your mum eventually finds the strength to get out. Not the asshole. You can't save people from themselves. She's using you as an emotional punching bag, because she's too frightened to take the leap and look after herself. Good for you putting boundaries and you need to, and so does your brother. It's an exhausting process, and hopefully she will leave him. Am I the asshole for not helping my sister's boyfriend with his plan for her birthday? My sister, 21F, and I, 21M, are twins. My sister's boyfriend, 23M, is trying to plan something special for her birthday. He has asked me to help out with it. Originally I said sure, but then he proceeded to send me a list of people to contact to send a video of their favorite memory with her. Some of these people were my childhood friends who he mistook for hers. It was a list of 20-something people, and he sent the list to my parents as well. My mom called me and said that she and Dad handled everything with the list and not to worry about it. He texted me a week after sending the list and asked how much of it I accomplished. I told him that Mom and Dad handled everything on the list, but he said that they got a different list and that I had to reach out her favorite professors and get them to make a video. We do not go to the same schools, and even if we did, I just think that's weird. I just decided to tell him that it's okay, because our parents are probably doing something for our birthday anyway. Trying to drop a hint in case he may not know we're twins. He then said that he thinks it's incredibly rude and disrespectful to not help out during my sister's birthday. I then just flat out told him that we are twins and we don't do things like this for each other's birthdays. And that it's just weird that he wants me to be so heavily involved in this plan. He just left me on read, and I'm not sure if it's because I hurt his feelings, he's sort of sensitive, or if he didn't know what to say because he didn't clock that we were twins. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. It's your birthday too, not just hers. Why are your parents and friends doing all this for your sister and not for you? He's the boyfriend. If he wants to celebrate your sister, he can organize this himself. Not the asshole. He's clueless control freak who can't plan his own girlfriend's birthday without roping her twin brother into doing all the work. How could he possibly not know that she has a twin, assuming that he's known her more than 2 days? I mean, as her boyfriend, that would be mad information not to know. He wants to get the credit for the party without doing the work. Not the asshole. His intention to do a massive thing for your sister was very nice, until he palmed it off onto you. Good, you declined. I think you were quite polite in the way you handled him. He should apologize to you for calling you rude and disrespectful. You are not the asshole. First of all, what professor is going to use their time to make a video for a student who graduated how many years ago? Secondly, if he's confusing a lot of videos for the twins' personal attachments, then the people that they're contacting probably won't be very familiar with the girlfriend. And the third thing is, how close is he to your sister if he doesn't know that she's got a twin? AITAH for making my teenager wash the dog. A skunk keeps getting into our fenced-in property at night. Our property backs to woods, so we get a lot of wildlife, and I'm very much live and let live. Our dog had been sprayed about 4 times. Each time, I have cleaned the dog by myself with no help from anyone. It's gross and time-consuming, and I hate it. So, now the policy in our household has been that at night, we have to take the dog out on a leash. It's a pain, but we've been doing that for a few weeks. Tonight, I asked my teenager to take the dog outside. Instead of following the policy, he just let the dog outside, and of course he got sprayed again. I told my teenager that washing the dog was not my responsibility. He let the dog out. It was his responsibility to clean it. I said I would help him, but it was his responsibility to do the majority of the cleaning. He said that the punishment didn't fit the crime. He said that it was an accident, and he shouldn't be punished. He screamed at me and said I was a horrible mother. I responded that this was the natural consequence of not following the policy. Whether he did it on purpose or not makes no difference. I did make him wash the dog and followed through, and I helped him, but I guess I'm second-guessing myself now. I know other parents who would have just dropped it. AITAH for making him wash the dog. Not the asshole. The punishment does fit the crime, so to speak. It's important to teach kids that their actions, whether positive or negative, have consequences. It's not a punishment. The poor dog got sprayed and is probably miserable. He should take care of his family member. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. The sequence of events is the consequence of him not following the rules. If he were the adult in the situation, this is what he'd have to do. Not the asshole. You did the right thing. Your son knew the policy. He chose to violate it. He had to suffer the consequences. It was kind of you to help him wash the dog, but you didn't really have to. Your son is lucky to have you as his mother. The skunk is lucky to have you as its neighbor. Not the asshole. How the fuck is it an accident? Your teenager is acting like a teenager, and that's me being nice 'cause WTF. And you helped him. I wouldn't have. Tell him next time he's on his own, so don't do it again. You have to follow through, otherwise they never learn that you can't just do whatever you want and be inconsiderate and cavalier with other people's time, money, and effort. This is you making him into a decent man and adult. One smelly dog at a time. AITAH.